Arsenal's Declan Rice back at West Ham, Man City's treble party at Man United, the 13 Premier League fixtures you simply cannot afford to miss in 2023-24, Arsenal v Everton, a huge final day? Arsenal face Everton in a huge final day game, and while we aren't yet aware of what permutations that will entail, it could be a significant one at both ends of the table. The Gunners were battling for the Premier League title last season and Everton were fighting relegation. There is every chance the same could be true in 2023-24. Sean Dyche's side will hope the opposite, and that this will be an opportunity to cap an improved campaign. Tottenham v Chelsea. Pochettino's return. Mauricio Pochettino was a legend at Tottenham, guiding them to 2 Premier League title challenges and the Champions League final. He molded a superb young team into an attacking force, and fans still pined for a return to those halcyon days. Yet this summer, Pochettino decided to join Chelsea, perhaps forever tainting his association with Spurs. The two sides will meet on November 4th, and fireworks are almost certain. It will be intriguing to see how Pochettino is received, and whether Spurs' new boss Ange Postecoglou can get one over the Argentine. Liverpool v Man City. Title challengers. Once again, Liverpool will first place City on November 11th, and they will hope to be in competition with them at the top of the table by that point. The Reds had developed into perhaps City's greatest rivals, going nose-to-nose with Pep Guardiola's side in the 2021-22 season. They lost just twice all campaign and garnered 91 points, although were pipped to the title by a single point. Last season, though, Liverpool finished 5th, a staggering 22 points behind the champions. There is some doubt, then, that the Reds will be able to mount a title challenge this season, but Arsenal came from nowhere last term to do it. Can Liverpool, who should reinforce their squad this summer, once again prove they are the challengers? Brighton v Liverpool. McAllister back on the South Coast. Liverpool have already completed one of the major deals of the summer, bringing in Alexis McAllister from Brighton for a £35 million, $44 million fee. The two sides will meet on October 7th at the Amex Stadium, and it will be telling to see if Brighton can continue their fine form without the World Cup winner. Roberto De Zerbi's side secured a 6th-placed finish last season and were just 9 points off the top 4. Will they push on without their star, or will they slip back down the table? Their clash with McAllister's new employers will tell us plenty. Arsenal v Tottenham. Can Ange Postecoglou make himself a hero? Tottenham sacked 2 managers last season. First Antonio Conte left after an underwhelming string of performances, and then caretaker Christian Stellini was given the boot after a 6-1 thumping at the hands of Newcastle. Spurs then cycled through a number of potential managerial targets, including Julian Nagelsmann and Arne Slot, before eventually deciding to appoint Ange Postecoglou, bringing him to the Premier League from Celtic. The North London Derby is undoubtedly the biggest game of Spurs season, and the first will take place on September 23 at the Emirates. Can Ange make himself a hero? Burnley v Man City. Company hosts Guardiola. Burnley opened their campaign on Friday, August 11th, after winning the championship with their free-flowing, expansive style under Vincent Kompany. Their reward? A visit from the champions, the club where Kompany is considered a living legend. He will undoubtedly get a welcome reception from the City fans, but can Burnley immediately prove their worth in the top flight by taking the ultimate scalp? Man. West Ham v Arsenal. £100 million man Rice back to his old club? The deal isn't done yet, but all signs point to Rice moving to Arsenal. The Gunners appear confident of doing a deal worth in excess of £100 million, $126 million, after he informed West Ham he wants to leave. Having won the Europa Conference League last term, West Ham meet the Gunners at the London Stadium on February 10. It will be intriguing to see how the East London support respond to their former captain if he does indeed turn out that day in a Gunners kit. Luton vs Man City, the champions at Kenilworth Road. We've all seen the pictures. Kenilworth Road is in the Premier League. Fans need to navigate a terrace street and climb past People's Gardens to get into the away end. It should be interesting when Manchester City roll into town, then, boasting the likes of Erling Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne, Jack Grealish and the rest of their expensively assembled squad. City have billions, Luton do not. They will meet on December 9th. It would be a stunning accomplishment for Luton to win. Burnley v Everton. Dyche back in the house. Sean Dyche saved Everton from relegation last season, having been parachuted in midway through the campaign after Frank Lampard's disastrous reign. he is perhaps most highly regarded at Burnley, where he performed miracles to establish them as a Premier League club. The two sides will meet at Turf Moor on December 16. It remains to be seen if there will be any Christmas cheer from the Claret supporters towards Dyche. Spurs v Man United. Kane shows the Red Devils what they're missing. United have been heavily linked with a swoop for Kane, but reports suggest they have pulled out of the chase, accepting that they simply cannot afford him. Real Madrid are also said to be focusing on Kylian Mbappe, meaning Kane could well stay put this summer, and he could well show United just how good he is when the two sides go head-to-head. Erik ten Hag wanted the England captain as the marquee striker to lead the line, but it does not seem that a deal can be done. On August 19, Kane may be out to prove a point in North London. Man City v Newcastle, the wealthy owners' showdown. Both Manchester City and Newcastle have immense resources, and the two clubs will go head-to-head at the Etihad Stadium on August 19. It is a massive chance for Newcastle to lay down an early marker. They qualified for the Champions League last season and may well have set their sights higher this term. If they can win at the Etihad, the Geordies might start dreaming. Chelsea v Man United. Mason Mount's rocky reception. Manchester United appear determined to land Mason Mount from Chelsea in the summer transfer window, with Erik ten Hag keen to bolster his midfield options ready for the start of the 2023-24 campaign. A fan favorite at Stamford Bridge, Mount was adored by the club's supporters given his rise through the youth ranks and into the first team, although that could all be about to change if the England midfielder does, as expected, make the switch to Old Trafford. He's likely to get both barrels from Blues fans when he steps out at the Bridge on April 3.